back to the I Don't Know, Let's Ask My Mom podcast. I'm your host and the daughter, Annika.
And I'm your coach and the mom, Karen.
Love it. Thank you for joining us today. Let's start off quickly with a Q-tip, quote or tip of the day.
Quote of the day is, an ordinary day paid attention to might just be magnificent.
Okay.
And that was said by Brooke Castillo.
Cute.
Love it. How many days have we missed by just simply being in our default brain and not paying attention?
100%. A lot.
A lot. I'm done. So I'm not doing that ever again.
Ooh. That's awesome. I wish I could never do that again. So many days have been lost to that. That is so good. We love Brooke Castillo.
Yes, we do. We do.
I don't know. You said no, we do.
Read it out.
Come on, don't embarrass me.
Don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
Yeah. My bad. Okay, we love her over here. Okay, so story for today, found on social media. It's about parents. Yeah, kind of helicopter parents. Kind of the vibe I got. Okay. So I'm gonna read it. It's kind of a longer story, so I'll read the whole thing, then we can talk about it. Okay. Okay, I'm in my late 20s and my mom insists on contacting me every day to make sure I'm alive or I've gotten up for work on time. If I don't respond fast enough, she'll send a flurry of texts asking where I am, that she worries, and that she needs to know I'm okay. There's also other examples, but this has been the most recent. Through lots of therapy, I've been encouraged to set boundaries with her for my own mental health. Whenever I've tried to set a boundary, however, I'm met with intense guilting. It's because I love you so much. I just love you and want to make sure you're okay. It hurts that you don't want to talk to me. I'm going through a lot right now. That's kind of what she says the examples are.
Okay.
My mom has never yelled at me or gotten angry. She just intensely, for lack of a better word, is very victim-y, which in return has me crying myself to sleep every night that I'm the worst child in the entire world. It just makes me feel so guilty every time and confuses my brain on whether setting boundaries is something I should be doing, especially as my parents are getting older. Should I keep trying, or should I accept that this is how it will be until she's gone? So she said that she's on here now looking out for advice because she has read a lot of stories where parents get angry at setting boundaries, but she hasn't really seen a lot of people say that their parents get sad when a boundary's set, and she can't handle the sad part. She knows that when a parent breaks a boundary, you should probably go no contact, but she's scared she'll hurt their feelings. Aww. So it sounds like she's really confused, I think.
Is this you?
No. No.
Okay.
Imagine this is me, though, and I'm like, let's give someone advice.
Bring it up on the podcast.
Oh, man. No, it's not. But it is funny. My mom, if I don't text her for a day or two, well, yeah.
Actually, I've gotten a lot better.
She's gotten better. But yeah, she will be like, are you dead right now? Just randomly.
Well, actually, I don't really do that anymore because I feel like you have a husband who's matched me on concern. So I'm like,
he'll take care of it. If there's a problem, he would let me know.
Because me and him are a lot alike. So I'm like, he's on it.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like have like.
It's funny because I'm this. If she doesn't respond to me, I'm like, are you alive? Be so for real with me, right?
Yeah.
Did somebody steal your phone? Is this you texting me back? I think we just love each other. And I think there's limits, you know. There haven't been boundaries set.
There needs to be limits to the love.
There haven't been boundaries set, so we're fine. We can do it.
I'm really feeling for this girl.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that we found this one because, you know, the whole situation started with love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she loves her parents. Her parents obviously love her.
Yeah.
Like, that's beautiful. We just got some survival brain taking this love and making it dirty, like contaminating it with fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I see that.
Totally normal.
Okay.
You know, I think everybody knows on this podcast, I tend to worry. Like, my brain wants to worry. I don't feel like I do it anymore, but it's definitely it's the first thing my brain goes to in any situation is like, we should worry.
Yeah.
And I got it. Like, I know it's going to do that and I'm prepared for it. And gosh, my life has gotten so much better when I've been able to kind of cut back on the worry and be able to, I lost my thought, but my life has improved understanding my brain and its tendency to worry. And I also give myself a lot of grace because that came from a gift of caring that was met with fear from my survival brain to create over caring, right? Past what I can control.
Yeah.
And that's what my thought was that I just lost.
Okay.
I have it back now.
We found it.
Is I now understand there are things I can control. There are things I can't control. And I waste my life in the when I'm in the realm of things I can't control. So why, like, I feel for the mom, I feel for the daughter, but I would really love to work with this daughter with the guilt that the parents give, because the parents are convinced I need to know certain things in order to feel peace. And that's a lie that they're believing. And your boundary might give them an opportunity to be able to discover what I've discovered. Like, boundaries are always really hard when you believe they're mean. And she's believing they're mean.
Yeah.
So the coaching would be for her to see how loving, I don't know why I'm emotional, it is to set a boundary here.
Yeah.
Because she thinks, oh, if I just do this thing that they want me to do, then they'll get over it. No, you're just creating them to need more of it, more of it, more of it.
Yeah.
And you know, in the end is resent and cut them out of your life. The boundary is what you're going to do so that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
The boundary is the love that you're trying. The boundary is your tool to be able to get back to this mutual love without the fear. And your boundary is an opportunity to teach them and to let them see that they didn't need to know where you were and they lived. And I was fine. And that I trust myself. I know what I'm, you know, I am safe. Oh, sorry, patting the back.
Shaking the mic. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
And so
Totally.
my advice, like coaching, would be around her thoughts about the boundary.
Wow. That is so good. I didn't know where we were going to go with this, and that is really good. I wasn't sure what you were going to think.
Can I just side note
You're loving
that I
it.
don't know what you're going to tell me?
Yeah. Me too. I feel like it really has, like, we're just getting your
eliminated a lot
initial
of
reaction.
Podcast stress for me.
Yeah.
Because I just it might not be the best advice, but like,
Yeah.
that's just what I have. So,
No, me too. I love to
I
just
love
get
that.
your reaction right away.
because like I really am just going, okay, if I was sitting here with a client right now,
Yeah.
yeah, her problem is her beliefs about her boundary.
I think you're 100. I didn't know what you were going to say. I didn't know what the problem was here. I just knew that I think she was confused and I didn't know exactly what was going on in her thought process. But it's like you saying that, I'm like, that is 100% what the problem is. She thinks it's mean. She thinks that, like, her cutting off is rude.
Doesn't need to be this hard.
Yeah. And it's like maybe a different boundary needs to be set.
Like maybe she needs to take a little bit more baby steps on the boundaries.
Okay.
But also, if she doesn't set the boundary, she needs to know that this gets worse and you resent and you cut them out.
Yeah.
And the boundary, like, we can't control their thoughts that contribute to their worry and their need to know where she is all the time. But the boundary is a way that she can influence them to do their own work.
Yeah.
Now, we can't just make them grow and, like, realize they don't need to worry.
Right.
But the boundary does open the door for you to influence them to be able to maybe, like, she went to a therapist, did you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they might need to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And your boundary might open the door where, like, oh my gosh, like, we really can't even guilt her into doing this. I don't know what I'm going to do. And there might hit rock bottom. And sometimes rock bottom is where we go get the help.
Mm-hmm.
And so that boundary is you giving them a door toward peace because you just telling them where you are all the time is not going to fix the worry, because it's a habit that your brain will do. Like, trust me, many times I'm like, when I'm done worrying about this thing, I'm done worrying. Your brain's going, but we've never done anything else. So like, I don't know how to be done.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important. Our daily habits matter, because your brain loves patterns and habits.
Yeah.
You think like, oh, I'll be able to, like, once I get this milestone, I'll be so happy. But if you didn't ever know how to create happiness, that's not going to last very long, because you don't have the skill. Mm-hmm. Being happy is a skill.
Yeah.
Not worrying is a skill. It's just not a result of anything. It's a skill.
Yeah.
And if you don't practice it in the easy times, and definitely not going to be able to get there in the big times.
Definitely. That's really, really good. I love how in the beginning also you mentioned this whole problem started from love. This whole problem was love, and then survival brains mixing it into whatever this is now. Because I think that's just I think that's where a lot of problems
I agree.
come from. You know, is it's like good intentions.
And our sabotaging behaviors came from our gifts, our natural things we're good at, that our survival brain contaminated with fear.
Yeah.
So like when we people please, right? It's because we care. We have empathy. So we tend to like want to help people feel good.
Yeah.
And our survival brain is like, oh, I see that we have this gift. And then it puts fear with it. Mm-hmm. And that's people pleasing versus caring.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Oh, that's so good. So you would kind of just
I'd work
give
with her on
advice.
her thoughts about the boundary.
Yeah.
I think her therapist spot on, right? Like, and that's kind of what coaching, right? Like there's therapy and then there's coaching. Now let's work on the thoughts about what you've decided to do.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So
good.
Boundaries are good. Maybe a lighter boundary or work.
Yeah, like she might need to work on it because she's not convinced this boundary is good yet.
Yeah.
Don't go crazy yet until you really have that foundation of what boundary is.
Yeah. So like the last thing you'd probably want to do is go no contact, because it's like,
Oh, no.
yeah, okay. That was going to be my question.
There's
She's
lots
saying,
of things that
I know
happen before no contact.
Okay, yeah.
Give them a chance. Give them a chance to understand their survival brains.
Okay.
And again, she can't control that.
She
But
can't.
her boundary shows them, like it gives kind of them, it's a little way and a bit of an ultimatum there.
Yeah.
So you can either go,
You can either respect this.
yeah, and do your own work about it. You know, there are people in the world that have children that don't actually know where they are all the time.
Yeah.
And everything's going good.
Yeah.
It's like they trust their kids, and also they know things happen and their future self will be able to handle that. We're all going to go through problems. We're all going to go through loss. We're all going to go through something terrible happening to someone we love.
Yeah.
And they just have a lot of fear around not being able to handle their negative emotions, but that's part of their life. Mm-hmm. And if she keeps giving them that safety all the time, they don't get to actually experience all of life and all of the feelings and all of the challenges are come together to make our lives beautiful. Mm-hmm. We're not here just to have perfect all the time. So
really good. Okay, thank you so much. That was really, gosh, I'm always shocked every time. I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, that's a good point. Didn't think about that there. That's why she's the professional, guys.
And I'll stop asking you where you are.
I'll stop asking you where you are. I guess we'll work on that. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you guys are watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, sign up for notifications so you know when we post. If you're new here, you can follow us on Instagram or TikTok at IDK Let's Ask My Mom. If you're trying to get Karen's advice on anything going on in your life, you can always send us your stories, your questions, your need for advice through DM. We also have an email in our bio, and you can send it there. So anyway, we love you guys. And always remember to mother your mind.